Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. My name is Katrina Davis Kendrick. I'm Assistant Librarian and Assistant Professor at the University of South Carolina, Lancaster. Today I'll be talking with you about some helpful tools that many librarians use in academic librarianship. Today I'm going to quickly cover 7 tools with you. I use these tools in almost every aspect of my work, from file organization and research writing to instruction, and sometimes even for advertising, marketing, and outreach programs, and also to make sure I'm engaged with colleagues. The highlighted tools we'll cover today are Google Drive, Text-to-Mind Map, Screencastomatic, IPicky, Easily, Wufoo, and Academiaedu. If these tools are already familiar to you, I hope you hear of new ways to use these tools. And of course, if these tools are new to you, consider that they're not just useful for work, but also useful for you as you pursue your graduate program here at USM. I often use these tools outside of my library work, and I use them in my creative work and personal life outside the library. They're very, very useful. I'm highlighting these particular technologies and tools for a few reasons. First of all, they have a low learning curve. Many of these tools don't require high computer literacy levels. In fact, they are designed to help users with at least a basic knowledge of using computers. So if you know how to use a mouse, if you know how to attach files and download files, if you know how to cut and paste, if you know how to type, these types of things, these tools will work well for you, and you can use them almost immediately. They also work well with social media platforms and other websites. So they generate links that are easily embeddable into websites. They generate HTML or JavaScript that's easily read by social media platforms like YouTube. You can quickly share things in Facebook and Twitter. So they work really, really well pretty quickly, so you can share your creative work pretty quickly through these platforms. They offer great results. Again, you don't have to know a lot, but these tools, even though you might not know a whole lot about graphic design and so on and so forth, they offer you opportunity to get really professional looking results by using these tools. These tools also apply to several areas of librarianship, so even though I might be talking to you today about how I use it in one area, it may be highly likely that I use these items in several areas of librarianship. So a tool that works well for instruction literacy also, or information literacy instruction, will also work well for outreach and marketing. So these tools have various applications for librarianship. The thing I like most about these tools that I'm going to be talking with you about today is that they are free. So in academic librarianship, the one thing that we are concerned about is budget, funding that is available to us. Particularly where I work, I'm at a very small library. We don't have a lot of funding available to us. We don't have a large marketing team. We don't have a graphic designer. We don't have a large printing budget. But I'm able to create items and give people great service because of these tools, and I can do it for free. These tools also offer, if you want to upgrade, the upgrade pricing is usually very economical, and you can, so if you want more options, it's pretty reasonable to be able to do that without spending a whole lot of money. The most important reason I like these tools is because of all these previous reasons. I like to show them to library users. Faculty and students whom I show these tools to end up using them themselves. This increases their confidence in using technologies, and so we also are able to influence their behavior and their confidence in using these technologies. So let's get started. The first tool I'm going to show you is Google Drive, and as you know, may or may not know, Google has a suite of tools available to you, and one of those tools is Google Drive. Google Drive allows you to upload all types of documents, be it videos, word processing documents, tables, spreadsheets, anything, almost any type of file. MP3s, it'll take audio files as well. And what it does is it allows you to have a storage space for your documents and files. You can create items Just choose what you want. Do you want to create a new document, a new presentation, a new spreadsheet, a form, even a drawing or a table? You just decide what you want to create. Click on that icon. You can title that icon, and then you can start typing. Everything is saved as you go, so you don't have to worry about saving it. As you type, Google saves it. Another great thing about Google Drive is that you can collaborate with people. The share button over here allows you to share with people whether they're members of Gmail or not. You can decide what level of access you want folks who you're sharing with to have. You can decide if they're going to be an editor. You can decide if they're just going to be able to read it. It's all up to you. A great thing about Google Drive is that no matter where you are, you can access Google Drive. You have access to your documents. So this can travel with you. If you have a mobile phone, it also works. You can get your information through your mobile phone via the Google apps that they have available to you on almost any network, so Android, iOS, so on and so forth. So that's Google Drive, and again, Google is free, so you have free access to this as long as you have a Gmail account. The next tool I'm going to show you is called Text to Mind Map, and the website or the URL is text2mindmap.com. I use Text to Mind Map for information literacy instruction, in particular when I'm teaching students or talking with students how to organize their thoughts, which is something they like to, quite frankly, skip in their writing process. They usually get their assignment and then they try to find the resources and then they just start writing. So this is how I kind of teach them how useful it is to think about thought organization before they start their writing, or even sometimes their resource gathering, because doing this part helps them determine what resources they might need or the viability of their research topic. So this is Text to Mind Map, and what it is basically concept maps, basically. And as you can see, one is here done already for us. It's the example, and usually how I like to show the students how to augment this is to, add holidays. So in December, you just do one more and tab, and you add that. And then whenever you add something to your outline, you just hit this draw mind map, and you'll see that this new line has come up. A great thing about this is that these are you can change colors here. You can download it, you can save it. Students can save it, so it's really great for writing portfolios where the professor wants to see evidence that they had some type of process. So I like to tell students about that. It's just really great. The students that I work with generally love this because it allows them to see what they're writing. For those students who like to do the outline, who like to write outlines, write everything out, they have that option, that visual over here. And for students who like to see something a little more vibrant, they like colors and things like that, they can come over here. So it's kind of multimodal. Those who like to write can write, and those who like to see, who do by learning and seeing, can see how things are playing out. So this is very, very useful for thought organization. I even have used this for my own writing, for my own thought organization. Sometimes I'm usually like to do the outline, but every now and then I need this to see how everything is actually playing out in space and through space and time a little bit. And I also really like that students can prove that they did something because they can save it and download it, or print it off and put it in their portfolio, or come back to it on their computers. So that's Text to Mind Map. It's very useful, and again, this is used for information literacy instruction and also for research writing. This is Screencastomatic, and actually I'm using this tool to record today's class. I always like to talk about this tool because it is so useful. I use it for training student workers. I use it for information literacy instruction. I use it for on-the-fly reference and consultations with faculty and students. So this in particular has a huge range of application for librarianship. What it is it's basically recording what I'm saying to you. I have headphones on, and it's also recording what's on my screen. This is the free version. The free version is great because it offers you up to 15 minutes of you can do a screencast for up to 15 minutes. You'll see down here what the features are for the free version. But just for a little bit more, this is a ridiculously great price. Look at all you get. For this particular account, I have the pro account because I actually use all of these tools. It's very easy. You just click start recording and you record it. And one of the great things about Screencastomatic that you don't get from other recording systems is that you don't have to start all the way over. So some places you get a certain amount of time, but you can't go back and forth and start over. You can't start back where you messed up. You have to go back from the beginning and go all the way back up to where you were, and hopefully that you'll get finished. I like this one because you can, if you find that you are flubbing at a certain word or something like that, you can just go back to that part, re-record it, and continue, and it's pretty seamless. As a matter of fact, through each tool today, I've been stopping and starting back, and it's probably been seamless to you. And so that's one of the things I like about it. This is free, but like I said, for a little bit more, you can get more upgrades. It also allows you to not only does it record for you, but it's a hosting site, so you can see that these are all the videos that I have, and they're just hanging out waiting for me if I need to play them at any time. And these videos each have their own unique links. So if I need to train someone, I can do that. Just show them that link or send them the link and they can watch the video, much like what you're doing today. So this is Screencastomatic.com. The next tool I'm going to show you is called IPicky. IPicky, again, is another one of these tools that has a great range of possibilities and applications for librarianship. I use this for marketing, advertising, outreach, when I want to use photos or manipulate them and put them in presentations. I have done that. So it's just great for almost anytime you want a visual. I use it also on social media when I want to create signage or create like fun pictures to put on Instagram, things like or Twitter or Facebook. So even though you see the sign in and create account buttons, you don't need to do that. It's really easy to just get started. You just click on the start editing button. And since I've used this often, it's going to ask me what I want to do with my last work. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit restore. What I want to show you is, first of all, you can fix images here. So if you're familiar with cropping and resizing and rotating and flipping, you can use that. You can use these tools for that, and that's here. What I often use it for is photo manipulation. So I go here to the painter, or I go over here to this photo frame here. And you can see you can add certain frames. And so, or if you want to add effects, you can do that. Just click on this magic wand and you can change it. The original of this was black and white, just 4 black and white images. I just created a new image. I just gave it a new effect. And you can see there are several choices here. You can focus, colors, and zoom, and all kinds of cool things. And if you decide you don't want to do something, just hit cancel. And once you finish, you just save it, and it'll save to your computer. Just make sure you save it where you know you can find it. So maybe you'll create a folder on your desktop and put it there. But this is extremely easy to use, and you can, the more you use it, the more you'll understand what might work for advertising, what types of things. Like this is pop culture, so to me, so I might use that for Instagram, and that's actually what I'm going to use this for. So this is IPicky, again, another free tool. You don't have to sign in or register. Just click start editing and get to work. Next thing I'd like to show you is a tool called Easily. You've probably heard of the word infographics. Infographics are very popular, and they're very great ways to give people lots of information using a mix of visuals and text. And so Easily helps you do that, and they offer several templates to help you do that. You'll see here that I've created several infographics, and this is my library. And I use this for programming, for outreach, for presentations, for contests. That's mainly what I use it for. I've even used it for research. These last three are infographics about research that I've done. It's pretty easy to get started. Just click on Start Fresh and you'll be given a fresh template, and all of your tools show up at the top. You can choose your text, you can choose shapes, you can choose what background you want, you can upload pictures or files here, as long as they're pictures. It doesn't take text or anything like that. So this is for pictures mostly. And or you can, if you don't want to create something on your own, they have themes available for you as well, where you can just add in information, pick a theme, and add information in there. So it's very useful. You can zoom in, you have a grid, and you can undo things. So once you finish something, just save it to your library, and once you save it, it generates a link, so you can view it or you can share it. So you can download it or you can view it in your browser, and you can save it. So these are very, very useful. It takes a while to, the one thing about this I will stress is very limited in the choices that you have. So if you want something with more, this is a beta tool, so it doesn't have a lot of choices. But if you want something with more, another place you can go is called Pictochart. So there are a couple out there, but this is the one I use mainly for my basic infographics. So this is easily.com. Actually, it's just easily. Be aware of that, how that URL is. It's .ly, not .com. So this is Wufoo. Wufoo is just what it says. It's an online form builder. So I should already be into my account. Okay, so I need to sign in. That's fine. This is one way you'll want to create an account, but it's still free, so no worries there. Once I log in, you'll see you can start creating forms. This has a limited number of forms for the free account, but you can just click New Form, and it'll literally walk you through the form. How do you want it? It literally walks you through. You don't have any fields, so you want a name in there, you want an address in there, you want email, do you want a multiple choice question in there, so on and so forth. And when you're done, you save your form. I'm going to go back so you can see how this form looks. This is a current form we have. And you can see that when people add to the form, you can look and see what they did. So this is really great because I can keep up with library instruction requests. Just so you know how this looks on the back end, I'm going to go to the library's website, and this is the library instruction request form. So you'll see this is how it looks. We've created this form with these fields, and then people hit submit. And anytime I get a submission, we get an entry. And so this is great. What we use this for right now is for library instructions, to keep up with our library instruction requests, so we can keep tabs on that, keep data on how many people have requested instruction. We can also use it for reserves, and we also use it for conference room reservations. So this is generally how we use it for our library. But can you think of other ways you could use this in a library? What other forms might you need in a library that you could use Wufoo for? The last thing I'm going to show you is not necessarily a tool, but I use it as such. I use it as a networking tool. So it's not necessarily a technology tool, but it's very important, a really important part of being a librarian, being a professional librarian, is staying engaged with colleagues and knowing what's going on in scholarship. And this is particularly important if you're going to be working in a college and university environment. This is Academiaedu, and it's almost like, it's similar to Facebook, but it's more serious. This is for scholarship. This is a social networking site for scholars. And this is my website. This is how it looks when you'll log in. You'll need to create an account, create a profile. I'm going to go ahead and show you my my profile. so you can get an understanding of why it's so useful. So first of all, it's useful because I can upload my own scholarship here for others to see. What it's really great for, particularly for academic librarians who are going to go through promotion and tenure or continuing appointment, is that you can show who is looking at your work. So I know that 301 people have looked at this particular document. I can see who has looked at my, not who, but I can see how many people have looked at my conference presentations. I can see who is reading who has looked at my scholarly essays and what's most popular. A great thing that is really helpful is not only can I find out how many people have looked at it, I can find out where they come from. So in the analytics here, as it loads, it's going to give me some options here. It's going to tell me how many times my document's reviewed in the last 30 days. So about once a month I come in and I download this documentation from my promotion and tenure files, just so the committee who will look at my documentation can see that there's a pattern of people looking at my work. You can see recent views and where people are coming from. So here's the overview. I can see documents, and here what I really like to see is countries. So I'm going to click there, and I can see where people are coming from when they come see my work. Most people come from the United States. A lot of people from Turkey like seeing my work. I'm not sure what's that about. And then going on up, down, down, down. So this website is extremely useful for proving that you are, number one, showing that you're putting your work out and distributing it, and also that people are looking at the work that you're distributing. So this is what I wanted to end on. I hope you found these tools useful. I hope that you learned something. If they're already familiar to you, I hope you consider using them even more in different ways. And like I said earlier, if these tools were not familiar to you, I hope you consider using them. And if you have questions about using them, like I said, I use all of these tools in my daily work. So if you have questions about anything that I've covered today, please have your professor send your questions to me. I'm sure we'll be in touch often. My name is Katrina Davis Kendrick. I hope that this was useful for you, and thank you so much for listening.